Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I think I asked a question, right? I forgot what I asked. Okay, I forgot. Yeah. Mm, okay. Anybody remembers the question I asked can tell me, or else we will move on.
ma'am, I don't know. We were discussing about drinking water before milk, between milk, and after milk.
Before, in between. Okay. So before, in between, and after food. So if somebody is interested in losing weight, drink water before food. Drinking water in between food, like in between eating chapatis, yeah, in between eating chapati and rice, you can drink water. Anytime in between food, you can drink water. It neither increases weight nor loses weight. But if you eat food and then drink water, it helps in, or it gains weight, or it makes you gain weight. Okay, this is the understanding of drinking water. It is a myth that you should not drink water in between. Please drink water in between. It helps in lubrication and helps in proper moving of food from one part to other part of the body. About digestion, yes, it causes no harm in digestion. Okay. Now, yeah, not a lot, but minimum you can have at least 300 ml of water, 3 to 500 ml of water. Not a problem. Okay. Now, what does Acharya Charaka tell? What does Acharya Charaka tell about the dietetic rules? Okay, Ushnam Ashniyat. Ushnam Ashniyat, that means the ahara, the food that you consume, should be hot. Should be hot in the sense, should be cooked hot, or should be just prepared and you're consuming it. I know of late, because of the work pressure, the workplace is being far, we may not be able to do so. But at least the night meal when you come home, or the morning breakfast when you're leaving from home, can be eaten hot. Okay, so now when we say Ushna Mashniyat, the food should be hot. Okay, and there is a saying which says Gata Yamam Gata Rasatvam. Once you have prepared the food, after 3 hours, the actual nutrients of it, are the benefits what you were supposed to get consuming that particular ahara, reduces. So Gata Yamam Gata Rasatvam. Next, what does this Ushna Ahara do? It helps in improving the Agni. It helps in improving the Agni. Okay, Snigdam Ashniyat. The Ahara that you take should be having certain amount of fats. It may be in the form of oils, or it may be in the form of ghee. So Snigdam Ashniyat. The Snigdam Ashniyat helps in pacifying. It helps in pacifying vata, and again this in turn helps in rekindling the appetite. If it is Snigdam Ashniyat with special reference to consumption of ghee, then it is good for health. Okay, when we say Snigdam Ashniyat, the ahara should be hot, and on that you are pouring ghee. It should not be some long time prepared rice and to that you are pouring ghee, because the ghee when you take it, it has to be always in a liquefied form, or it has to be hot. So for that to be hot, and people don't eat ghee these days. Yeah, people are supposed to eat ghee. Okay, Snigdam Ashniyat. Even if you're obese or you're lean built, if you're lean built, very good, you can have 2 to 3 spoons of ghee. If you're obese, have 1 spoon of ghee. There is no contraindication for consumption of ghee. Matravat Ashniyat. So Matravat Ashniyat, yes, as one of your friends rightly told, that as per the appetite, as per one's individual's capacity, a person is supposed to have the ahara. Jirne Ashniyat. After the digestion of the previously consumed meal, only then you are going to have your next meal. Ahara should be taken only after consumption of the, after the digestion of the previous meal, you are going to eat the next meal. Virya Aviruddham Ashniyat. Virya Aviruddha. We will talk. I don't know if I get a chance for the lecture. We will talk on Viruddha Ahara. So Virya Aharas, like I said, Aharas, or everything is made up of Panchamahabhutas, and every Ahara Dravya is having Rasa Pradhana. Shad Rasas are there present in the Ahara. Similarly, there is something called as Virya. Okay, Virya Aviruddha Ashniyat. So it should not be Virya Viruddha. Next, Ishte deshe ishte sarvopakarana ashniyat. Okay. See, all of us would like to enjoy a meal, or we enjoy the meal when we are eating it in a good company, when we are eating it with our friends and in the place where we like. Many a times we go to restaurants with good ambience. We choose restaurants which have good ambience. So that is, when you have good ambience, when you have good companions with you, you tend to be happy and you relish the food what you eat, or you might have just enjoyed the company. So that helps in that actually nourishes. So we say prasanna atma manaha. When you are with the persons whom you like, then it gives prasannata to you, and in turn it helps in nourishing the body. Na atidrutam ashniyat. You are not supposed to eat food fast. The major reason for this is there is a chance of food entering, instead of entering into the esophagus, it may enter into the trachea. The other chances, it causes vata prakopa. Na ati vilambitam ashniyat. Not eating too slowly. Okay, on a dining table you are sharing people table for 5 people, and the 4 people have finished and gone to their works, and fifth person is still eating. One thing, the ahara which you're eating is ushna, that may tend to lose the temperature, and like as you keep on eating it for longer duration, it tends to, you don't relish the food that you are eating. Ajalpana ahasanat ban bunjitaha. Okay. So ajalpa is without talking. You told, I had asked you how do you eat food. That was the question we dropped. Okay, so you're not supposed to talk while eating food. You're not supposed to laugh. Again, this will, one thing, you're not concentrating on the food. The other thing is there's a chance of it entering into, not entering into esophagus. That's the major cause. Mindful eating, atmanaha. You are knowing what you're eating. You are relishing each dish that you're eating in the food. Okay. Next, Atman Vishagasya Bunjita Samyak. So you are analyzing what you need and then you're eating it. So I said, if you're obese, you are taking 1 spoon of ghee. If you're lean built, you're taking 2 to 3 spoon of ghee. You're analyzing. You're eating ghee more if you have good appetite. Okay, you're eating something only based on appetite, and assume you're not feeling hungry. That's the time you take into green gram khichdi and you eat. So there you're analyzing what your body needs. Okay, sometimes you say you're not hungry, so you just tend to drink a glass of milk and sleep off. You're not hungry, so you don't want to load yourself with heavy meal, and then you take food accordingly. Upayokta. So Upayokta is the person who is eating it, the user, we who eat the food. So this Upayokta, he has to consider the Satmya, Prakriti, Agni. The user has to analyze his own Prakriti, Satmya, etc. characteristics, and he has to consume the food. Thank you. Let me know if there are any questions.
Ma'am, what is the right procedure of eating ghee? Like always, we should put it on the top of warm food, or we can cook food with the ghee, like nutrition value decrease with that.
Is the
See, the ghee what you take should be warm. Or see, when you're eating it with chapati, when you're eating it with rice, the rice has to be warm. Over that you pour the ghee. Even if the ghee is in solid form, it will melt. When it is melted, when it is liquefied, there is the benefits of ghee will be restored to you, will be bestowed to the person who is consuming it. You can put ghee over hot chapati, hot rice. Okay, you eat ghee with warm khichdi, accepted. Okay, the same thing, even liquefied ghee when poured on a cold khichdi is not going to be beneficial. So ghee, when you're consuming it, has to be used with hot food substances and should be eaten hot. Next, ghee can also be used in preparations. आप कोई तड़का दे रहे हो खाने में, तो आप instead of oil replace it with ghee, it is still beneficial. आप कोई खिचड़ी जब बना रहे हो, आप तेल के बगैर आप घी डाल रहे हो, तो it is still beneficial. You can use ghee for cooking and also as a topping. When you're using it as a topping, the ahara what you're taking has to be hot and has to be immediately consumed. And again, ghee can be. Hello. Yeah, Pravesh, it is good for the joints. Very good for the joints. I'll say ghee is contraindicated in people who have less appetite. So in them, just 1 spoon is good. And next, people who are prone to asthma, the respiratory disorder in them, and people who are having repeated cold and cough in them, ghee can be contraindicated. That means eat less than what others eat. You can take it as a half spoon. Sheetal, Prakriti identification. I will be sharing you the link in WhatsApp. I'll do it by end of day. So you can, it's a link which we created for my clinic. It is yet in its raw stage. I'll still send it to you. You can analyze it with the questions. So you will, at the end, you will get your Prakriti. I didn't get the question. Milk is not healthy. Nowadays, milk is not as healthy as it used to be in the olden days. Still, you recommend? Yeah, rightly pointed out. Milk is not as healthy as it used to be in the olden days. Very correct. See, I would suggest instead of stopping yourself from consuming milk, you can take the milk from the people who are milk vendors. Okay, the maximum adulterant what the vendors would add is water. Okay, they are not smart and what do you call business butchers like others who add urea, who add shampoo, who add detergents, etc. Okay, so you can take, yes, I do recommend milk. See, again, there are two types of milks, A1 milk and A2 milk. So if you are in a place wherein you are getting A2 milk, that is recommended. First thing is drink A2 milk if it's possible. It is in Bangalore, it is costly, I think 80 rupees per liter. I don't know at your place. So A2 milk is the what you call the non-hybrid cow milk. Okay, A1 milk is the hybrid cow milk. So this A2 milk is the A2 protein, which is the good form of protein and recommended or needed by the body. A1 milk is not recommended because if you actually see how this Jersey cows are formed, it is with the fusion of the pig. So indirectly you're drinking a pig's milk when you're drinking an A1 milk. Okay. So basically coming to cow's milk and buffalo's milk, cow's milk is recommended. In cow's milk, A2 milk is recommended. Okay, coming to your packed milks and the other milks, I would recommend the milk which is given by the vendor is less adulterated compared to the packed milk which we are consuming. It may be Nandini, it may be any form of packed milks. Jersey cow's milk, more than not fat, it is not going, it's not beneficial. If we see many of the younger generations are suffering from hormonal disorders. Okay, or if you see the younger generation, they are putting on more weight. We are finding more obese people. One reason may be the milk which they are consuming. It is, I said, it's a hybrid of the pig. So the properties of pig are being inherited in the humans. And the other thing, their lifestyle, wherein they are eating the junk foods. Sheetal, Prakriti questionnaire will be sent. You can answer the questionnaire. At the end of the questionnaire, you will be getting your Prakriti analyzed. And you can share me the screenshot of the last screen. Okay, any more questions?
Hello.
Okay, yeah. How intermittent fasting helps, Nivedita? I'll get back to the one who is unmuted. How intermittent fasting helps? See, intermittent fasting, it helps in like, you know, everything at your home, you tend to clean it after some days. You may be doing a fortnight cleaning or you may be doing a monthly cleaning. By fasting, like, you know, it may be Ekadashi or you have plans for weekly per 1 day per week or every fortnight once or every monthly once. So you are giving a break to your digestive system. And I said something called as langhana. I use the word langhana. Okay, so this langhana is nothing but depriving one person or depriving a person of food. So basically in Ayurveda, it helps in reducing the ama. That means the undigested food or this basically intermittent fasting helps to rekindle the appetite, increase the agni, and also gives you lagutva, gives you lightness, gives you enthusiasm, or in turn increase the enzymatic secretions or increase the enzymatic activity of the body. Some viewer had unmuted themselves. You can ask the question.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
hello.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hello. Can okay. So my question to you is the chart that you will be sending or the questionnaires that you shared with us and you'll be sending. So if I'm not
Hmm.
wrong and if I've understood it well, we will come to know that which prakriti or which dosha is predominant or which is more, right?
So sorry, can you repeat what you said?
No, no. So when we are going to analyze or we'll go through the questionnaire, we will come to know that which dosha is more, which is prominent of all the three, or
Yeah.
which dosha.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
Uh, how will we know? So how will we know that which dosha is the best?
Okay. So do one thing. All the viewers, you solve the questionnaire. At the end, it will give a display. Says Vata is so much, Pitta is so much, Kapha is so much. It gives such display. You share that screenshot with me. Take a screenshot. Share that with me. I will explain what happens. Okay.
Okay. ठीक है.
Do not worry.
Okay.
You can share that screenshot and let me know. Unable to share the screenshot, write it down. How many Vata, how many Pitta, how many Kapha. I'll let you
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
know. Okay.
Excuse
Anything
me,
else?
ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello. Ma'am, I
Yeah. You
missed
are.
half an hour of your lecture.
Hmm.
So can if this is I am seeing the recording. If this session is recording, can you send me please so that
I
I
am not
can have
recording it. Dear, I am not
okay.
recording it. You can ask to the host.
Okay. The symbol
Ask
is
the
there. That's
host.
why I ask you. Okay.
You can ask the host. I
I
am not
missed half
recording
an
it.
hour.
Okay, not an issue.
Okay.
Talk
Okay.
to the host. You will get the recording.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, any other questions? Oh, yeah, and I got a message in between. This session is okay. The previous session was tough. Yeah, the previous session was basically the core concept of Ayurveda. It was difficult for you to understand, whereas this is in general and which you need it for your daily basis. And yeah, Pravesh has written clears the bowel too. By doing fasting, your appetite is increased, and as a result, since your appetite is increased, it will help in proper digestion assimilation, and hence there is clearing of the bowel. Okay, any questions? Okay, shall we end the class? Doctor, we will end the class. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, end the class.
Okay, done.
Hello.